Hello everybody, this is Simeonski again, and today I'm gonna show you how to use the new leveling system that is still in beta, but leveling the room progression. It's called room progression system. You have different levels that you can reach. It's kind of it's called room progression, but it's more like a player leveling system, player progression system. And I am going to show you how to set this up and how it works. So let's go right into it. So the new room progression system is super cool and actually not really super complicated. I like to use it a lot because you can have some kind of leveling up for people that are entering your experience. How do you set this up? First thing you need to do is go to this room, settings, and go down and activate this allow creative tools beta content. You have to save the room before that. So once this is activated, you will have some more settings here in the room, and a tab will come up that's called progression setup, and you can enable room progression here. So there is already a very detailed explanation actually. That's super helpful, super cool that they did that. Let's go through the settings of this room progression page. So what can you do? You can change the name of your leveling, even the unit. For example, what I did, I put a little bit of, I made a little game where you have to build a town. And you can level up your township. Link is in the description below. You can check it out. It's called Township Builder. So you can harvest stuff and get points for that and level up your town. And I use the level system that you gain a level whenever you build a building in that town, basically. That's how I used it in one example. You have a test mode that you can activate to test the leveling without the progress being added to your character because you cannot reset it. You can set a daily limit of points for level. I call it level now. Let's call it money so it's more obvious where it's used. Okay. Yeah, that's for this. Let's call it money. It's more obvious. Set a daily limit. So people can only get 100 a day or something like this. You can show the room level in player name tag, which is also really cool for people that are coming to your room. So it will be displayed next to their head, which level they have. Super cool. And you can even edit the progression page. You can disable and enable it. You can show a progress bar or also an XP counter. You can have a gradient as a background or even an image. Let's keep everything I guess. You have different ways to display your progression in the tab. So the most common would be you see all the progressions. You can also just show the ones you already claimed, or you can just show the ones that are coming up next. I would normally use all. And you can edit currency, which is only available for Rec Room Plus members. So let's keep everything as is. And now the people that are entering the room should have this tag here at first. That's called progression. I'm now at level 1. I have no money. I'm at level 1. So how do you set up your levels here? For this, as explained in the setup, we actually need a room level ship and place it in any sub-room. Doesn't matter in which one, it just has to be in some sub-room. So if you have some kind of admin room, you can place it there. It's called room levels. Room levels, we just place it once, and this is how it looks like. And we also have to configure it only once. And this works with a table, which can be tricky at first because it really looks like a normal Excel table, but actually it's very easy. You have the XP needed, you have the level, and for now I'm level 1 already because the table tells me I need 0 XP for level 0 and I need 0 XP for level 1. Of course we want to change that. Let's say we have 50 XP for level 1, and then I can just easily add a level by pressing this. And then I see level 2, and I can say 100, for example. And I can add as many levels as I want. Let's change the number. Yeah. Why is this not? 200. So let's stop here for now. Yeah. If you want to do it with this, you can add XP and then it will show. Let me see if it already shows. No, it doesn't show that. And another thing you can add to this is another column. And we can give people rewards. So you can call this whatever you want. You can also add other columns, but I would suggest you to add a reward column. So you can choose different rewards, and right now we cannot choose any because we haven't created any. I will show you later how to create these. Don't forget to save. You always have to save this table. And once your table is saved, your room should also be saved. And now if you go to the progression page that everyone can see, you can see now it has a progression now, and it also shows you I have 0 of 100 money for the next level. And then, yeah. So, how do I actually get money? This is super easy. I will just do it now with a button, of course, but of course you shouldn't just do it with a button. It would be too easy. You should make you could, for example, do it with challenges that people have to do, places people have to go, things that people have to collect. And you can also use you could also use, for example, Boolean variables that will be stored in the cloud, for example, so people can only get points for some specific thing once, or maybe once a day for a specific thing. You can play a lot with these things. But let me just show you what the chip is that rewards. It's actually you have to just type XP, I think, and then will come up. Yeah, it's called Player Award XP. It's not Player Get XP. Player Get XP will just ask how much XP the player has and output. The player needs to be Player Award XP. And then you can connect this. Yeah. And whenever the player presses this button, he will be awarded by 1 XP. And this will be added. That's how you can reset. Okay. You can basically not reset the XP, but you could try to reward minus XP, but this is not a good way. So once people have this XP, it will be stored, and when they come back, they will still have it. So that's just something you have to think about, but that would probably basically be a problem for you because you will reach your highest room level probably already when others wouldn't be able to reach it yet. But for this, you would have the chance to use the setting, the progression setup, And for this you want to use the enable test mode, which will be auto disabled when you save your room. But this you can activate when you build everything and you want to test if you get the reward. You can activate this, and so when you save again you will lose your progress again. That's just some cool thing. So now when I press this, I should be awarded by 1 point, and this should be shown in my progression. See, I have 1. Press it again. I should have 3, I think. Yeah, 4 already. So here you see a progression bar. I have 4 out of 50. Sometimes takes a little bit. Now 5 out of 50. And once I have 50, I will reach level 1. So now this is just a leveling bar, but we also want to add some rewards. That it's for one thing it will look nicer, and also you can give people special rewards when they reach the level. For example, what I always do is in one game I would close off sections of the game until people reach a certain level. On another game I made, I would let them wear special costumes once they reach a certain level, things like that. You can do your creativity is, it's up to your creativity what you reward these guys. But how do you do setup rewards? This would be the last thing. You go to settings, and then you have a section that's called rewards, and then you can add a reward. I will not add this now because there's a problem here. You have to select a reward type. Oh, that's a new one. Okay. But as the reward is key, currency, consumable, and inventory item, there's a problem here. I'm not sure what inventory item is because I haven't used this. But the only thing I was able to use was if you don't have Rec Room Plus, then the only thing you can use is key. And there is no key setup yet, so you would have to set up a key first. And this is just next to it. That's just a little bit before that, keys. You can add a key. You can even make it buyable, but we don't want this for now. We just give it a name. Key 1. First key of game. Save it. And so we have a key item, and this is how we can now, this is now how we can set up a reward. Just click on add reward, type a name, first reward. This is your first reward. Set the key 1, save it. And then we can even give it a picture. Picture is very important here, because how it will look like. So it's coming up in your, you have to save it again, and then it has a picture. And now we can connect this reward in our room levels chip to a level. Easily, we just go here by the rewards, and now we have the option to select the first reward or the second or the third, or whatever. Oh, don't forget to save, very important. And now if we go out on our progression page, we will have this picture here. You can select it, and then it even tells us first reward. This is your first reward. Once we get there, we get it. So then some more things you can do with this system, or how I used it. For example, for the rewards, I would always, for entering a special area with a special reward, I would connect it to roles, player roles, which is, there's different ways to do it, but it's probably very easy. And you can just use some kind of event and receiver. Let's say if this is a one-player experience, this will work. Otherwise, we'll have to use the player entered. But for now, let's just say we want a room loaded. We want to check which level the player has. Super easy, you just go to the search, type in level, and then we have the player get room level. It's called room level. Just let you know, it's called room level. So, and then we can just output the room level of the local player, which is me, and then just have a equal or greater and the if chip so just set if chip, get the room level in. We set its level 3, I think. Let's say level 2. So if level 2 is equal or greater, then we will add role or add tag. Yeah, you can do whatever. You can add a tag to the player or just add player role. This is, you can also give people the opportunity to fly if they have the highest level, for example. We just do the normal add player role, type the role here, put in a role chip, and the person will get the role when entered if his level is higher than 2. And then with this role, of course, you know how this works. We can put invisible collisions, and when a person has this role, it can cross them. Another cool thing you can do, which is an optical thing. I think this would be the last one I'm showing off now. The rest is, there's a little bit of more things like player room get level, but yeah, I already used this here. This is what you will need. But with the rewards, there's something really cool. There's a grand reward. This one you don't really need much, but you have the thing that's called show reward notification. And you need a reward. And this is super cool because you can use this, put a little bit of a duration to have some overlays. If you overlays, I use this not so much for the leveling system rewards, but I would use this, for example, for collecting stuff in my room. But you can also use it for the overlays. You can also put it when you reach this level. You can use this player get level and then show an overlay that the person received the reward. I think I would be able to choose only this one now. First reward, yeah. Basically, this is an overlay that shows up. This is your first reward. And it also shows the key. So if you have different rewards, you might want to also use different keys for that. And this is a super cool example. That's new and that's cool and that looks cool. And that works hand in hand with the room level system. Thank you guys for watching again. As always, like and subscribe and visit my extra room that I built to show off the things that you can do and to give you a little bit insight, especially when the circuits come up, that you can just check out, make a selfie, post it, whatever. And yeah, see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.